Chapter 9. Defeating Scar. Great Abundance Gang Leader, Li Wei. Gu Hai frowned. Although he had never seen Li Wei, but, from the information he received from Chen Chonchen and the respectful appearance of the disciples of the Great Abundance Gang in front of him, it was not difficult for Gu Hai to guess. Bah! The opposite evil eight steeply spat out a mouthful of thick phlegm. Gu Hai raised his eyebrows and turned his head. Kid, do you still remember me? The number 8 villain revealed a hideous smile. Scar. Gu Hai looked at evil man number 8 with cold eyes. It's good that you know. This month or so in the Evil Man Valley, do you know how much I wanted to kill you? I endured it. Today, you can't run away, Scar said coldly. Golden Dan Rome, Gu Hai said coldly. Scared now? It's too late, Scar said coldly. Boom. Steeply, Scar released his own chi. A huge chi flame surrounded Scar in the center, as if it was burning with flames. The booming chi went straight to Gu Hai. Gu Hai's face sank as he probed his hand into a claw shape. His eyes narrowed slightly as he stared at Scar. Not bad. Under my aura, you actually managed to block it, but it's useless. Scar stared at Gu Hai and said in a cold voice. Buzz. Above his right hand, a transparent flame long blade was abruptly condensed by his true essence, and as soon as the long blade came out, a ferocious aura emanated. Gu Hai could feel the murderous aura on the blade. Bear Yin. The long knife gently slashed. The earth steeply appeared like a trench, and the soil in the trench was scorched back. The blade was sharp and fire poison filled the air. You remember, the innate realm can never win over the Jindan realm, let alone me. Scar slashed violently towards Gu Hai. Buzz. A ferocious blade chi came out of the blade and instantly chopped towards Gu Hai's direction. Gu Hai's figure spun around, instantly dodging the blade chi and sprinting towards Scar. Swoosh. In an instant, a twisting body arrived in front of Scar, and the claw grabbed towards Scar's waist. Scar raised his foot and violently kicked on top of Gu Hai's claw. Boom! Blade chi left a gutter on the ground once again, and Gu Hai was also kicked away by Scar. HMPH. Kid, I've been following you for a long time. I can see that you've hidden your strength. Your strengths are speed and strength, fast speed and strength. That's why you keep winning in the front. However, you innate realm, your speed will never be faster than me, and your strength will never be greater than me. Scar coldly laughed. Shoo, Gu Hai charged again. Boom, boom, boom. Scar kicked away Gu Hai's attacks again and again, a hint of disdain flashing in his eyes. Not bad, you're fast and powerful, but you're not as fast as me and not as big as me. So what can you do? Moreover, I observed you for a long time and found that you don't even have a decent technique, true chi form. Actually just the most ordinary chi form. No special technique. You still want to fight with me? Scar's face showed a cold smile. A foot kicked out violently. Boom. With this kick, the power was so great that Gu Hai was instantly kicked out of half of the Colosseum. Number 8, number 8, number 8. Watching Scar finish off Gu Hai, countless gamblers in the stands chanted excitedly. Scar sneered and chopped with his knife. Boom. Gu Hai dodged the knife chi and once again rushed towards Scar. Once again dense hand claws grabbed towards Scar. Still coming. You're not qualified. Scar sneered as he slammed his fist. But just a moment ago, the 100-tested punch actually fell short. That claw of Gu Hai's had steeply skyrocketed in speed by several times. That sudden surge in speed caused Scar's face to change abruptly. Brush. A claw steeply grabbed at the place of Scar's throat, too fast, so fast that it was unbelievably fast. In that instant, Scar instantly realized that he had been careless. Gu Hai had all lied to himself earlier, and hadn't gone all out before, just to compel himself to belittle him and make himself blindly arrogant. What Gu Hai was waiting for was the last time, a single blow. This time, it came to terrifying. That speed, It was actually on par with himself in this Jindan realm. If at the beginning, Scar could defend himself, but after a period of arrogance just now, he couldn't defend himself at all or open. Scar could only do his best to dodge in a hurry. After all, having stayed on the edge of death for too long, Scar, with all his might, finally dodged the fatal blow to the throat. Tear. Guhai's hand claw did not catch Scar's throat, but it violently tore, pulling a large portion of Scar's chest flesh and blood off. Boom! The two of them separated at once. Scar's chest clothes were all torn, his chest was a bloody mess, and a large piece of flesh and blood was torn off in a miserable manner. On the other side, Guhai grabbed a piece of bloody meat in his hand, and threw it violently. His face was a sight to behold. Wow! There was a steep uproar above the stands. The exchange between Guhai and Scar just now ended in a flash of lightning, and before the crowd had time to react, number 8 was torn off a large piece of flesh. The people who bought number 8 revealed a look of shock. The people who bought number 1 cheered at once. Number 1, number 1, number 1. The VIP area. What? Patriarch Songjia said with an ugly face. Oh, you're hiding your strength. Ha 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 ha. Good. Gangmaster Li Wei, however, laughed out loud. In his hands, he pinched Yu Yao's buttocks harder and harder. Yu Yao's face showed pain, but she didn't dare to attack. In the Colosseum, Scar's face was ugly as he looked at Guhai. You lied to me. You're still hiding your strength, Scar said in a chilling voice. Taking a deep breath, Guhai's face was grim as he didn't respond. Instead, his body once again sprang up. Flame blade technique. The scarred man let out a cold shout. Boom! The blade fiercely chopped out large flames, and the blade chi steeply transformed into 5 flaming blade chi towards Guhai. Boom, boom, boom. Guhai quickly dodged. This time, Guhai's speed was no longer hidden. It was even faster. Scar also knew that Guhai was difficult to deal with, no longer underestimating, no longer letting Guhai get close. The blade chopped out again and again as if it was a raging wind. Guhai could only flee in a mess all of a sudden. So fast. Can the innate realm be this fast? Patriarch Songjia frowned from the stands, seeing Guhai in a sorry state. Gangmaster Li Wei also had no interest in speaking. Number 8, number 8, number 8. In the stands, there were shouts. Scar was ruthless and determined. His blades were getting faster and faster. Although Guhai was fast, but there was nothing he could do in the face of the raining blades. A blade chi cut through. The surrounding ground was suddenly full of holes. Smoke and dust rose in all directions. There, steeply a blade chi slashed through Guhai's shoulder and blood splashed out steeply. There, another slash cut across Guhai's right leg and blood spilled out again. Scar danced his blade with a grimace on his face. HMPH. Innate is innate, it's useless. Your true chi is not enough to condense the blade at all. I have a weapon, you don't. Wait for a slow and exhausting death under my blade. Ha ha ha. Guhai, however, ignored Scar's words and continued his tireless sprint. Boom, bear. For a while, a blade slashed through Guhai's body. 10 bloody slashes had already appeared on Guhai's body. It was miserable. However, Guhai's figure, little by little, was in the midst of approaching towards Scar. You actually dug out the flesh and blood from my chest. I won't let you go anymore. I will chop you into pieces bit by bit. My sword is your life-suppressing charm, Scar sneered. Seeing that Guhai had arrived close, he once again slashed violently. Steeply 3 blade auras stabbed at Guhai, but this time, Guhai didn't dodge, and instead met them. Bear, bear, bear. The 3 handles of blade chi instantly slashed across Guhai's body. Both legs, his back, were instantly slashed with 3 large cuts by the 3 handles of blade chi, and in an instant, his flesh was bloody. You sent to death, Scar revealed a wave of surprise, sparing 3 large bloody slashes. Guhai's left armpit, fiercely clamped down on the flaming long knife. Snap! The flaming long knife was clamped. Gu Hai showed a sardonic smile on his face and steeply extended his right hand. What a great strength! Scar was surprised. However, the strength of Gu Hai's clip on the long knife was actually not weaker than his own, and for a moment, he actually didn't draw it. Gu Hai stretched out his right hand. Scar's face showed a viciousness, and he also ushered in a fist. The fist was wrapped in a large amount of true essence power, as if it was a burning fireball coming. It looked like the fists and palms were colliding, but it was as if Gu Hai's right palm was forming a suction force. Swoosh! Countless auras in the surroundings converged towards Gu Hai's right palm. Bear yin, bear jin, bear yin. Above Gu Hai's right palm, a large amount of blade chi steeply erupted. Heavenly Blade Life and Death Bureau. Gu Hai lined up a Heavenly Blade Life and Death Bureau with his true chi, and immediately, the rolling blade chi was like a torrential rainstorm, rushing in under Gu Hai's control. The saber chi was not strong. It was inferior to the saber chi wielded by Scar by an unknown amount. At most, it was only 1% of the power of Scar's saber chi. However, Gu Hai's blade chi was many thousands of blade chi strangely emerged. The scene was as if a dense swarm of bees were rushing in. What? Scar's face changed. Boom! Thousands of blade chi rushed through. The earth behind Scar violently shook. Countless explosions of smoke and dust rushed into the sky, wrapping the two of them in the Colosseum. The voices of the gamblers who were shouting outside came to an abrupt end. What is that secret art? How can he spew out sword chi from his hand? No. One evil. What kind of move is that? Countless people revealed their astonishment. Patriarch Song Jia and Gangmaster Li Wei also stood up abruptly and looked at the center of the arena in surprise. Yu Yu fell to the ground when she was stood up by Li Wei. But Li Wei didn't care about Yu Yao at all. The entire area of the Great Colosseum was silent, waiting for the smoke and dust to disperse. The smoke and dust slowly dispersed, slowly revealing a standing figure. But it was Gu Hai who was standing there covered in blood, with a large number of cuts on his legs and body that had been chopped out by Scar earlier. It was Scar who fell to the ground. At this moment, Scar was covered in thousands of bloody mouths, collapsed in a pool of blood. His clothes were all shredded. Thousands of blade chi. That impact was too fierce. Scar lost his battle power in an instant, looking at Gu Hai in shock and disbelief. How could this happen? Gu Hai coldly looked at Blade Scar. You were careless. Who said that the innate realm can't condense blade chi? Saying that, Gu Hai walked towards Scar with difficulty. The wound on his leg seemed to be quite heavy. Gu Hai walked with some difficulty and slowly walked to where Scar was. No, don't kill me. The revenge of my whole family has not yet been avenged. Don't kill me. Scar looked at Gu Hai with a pleading look on his face. Gu Hai stepped on top of his throat and coldly looked at Scar. Instantly, Scar fainted. Number 1 wins. The host called out at the right time. Number 1, number 1, number 1. Countless gamblers cheered. Shit number 8. Bullshit Jindan Realm. Go to hell. This undisputed result was actually reversed, and countless gamblers immediately cursed angrily. Gangmaster, we're rich. What we earned this time can top the past 3 months. The subordinates of the Dafang gang at the side said excitedly. HMPH. Patriarch Song Jia let out a cold snort in depression. The Great Abundance Gangmaster looked at Patriarch Songa, but he laughed happily and rose up. Ha 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 ha.